Okay, folks, Travis D. some more coming at you again from Washington County, Texas. It's the 16th of December, 2023. And I'm going to talk to you about why are you prepping and for what. Okay, and I'm going to keep hammering this home. We're getting more information every day, every week. We get new information. There's some really good podcasts come out the last few days, and I'm going to reference them. I don't depend solely on my experience and my knowledge of what's going on. There's some great guys out here with huge experience levels and are great presenters, and I'm going to show you them. And then at the end of the video and on the YouTube and the little description at the YouTube, I'll have my affiliate links. I do not have any click funnels. You can click on this funnel if you want to, but I don't play those games. My affiliate links will be at the end of the on the YouTube description, and if you want to get prepared with some things, click on those. It'll take you straight to the products. Hang on a minute, let me switch over to a document. Okay, folks, this is Travis back with you, and here's my article. It's going to be in the Dropbox link on the YouTube description. And what I basically want to talk about is the last few months, there's a lot more information coming in about who's coming in and why. I'm going to talk, the geopolitical environment changes quickly, but then again, it stays the same. And I'm going to talk about the mass migration going on all around the world in Europe the last few years, but our knowledge of who's coming in and why has been growing incessantly for many months, as I state here. And the thing about who's coming in and why is very important. Man in America, Seth interviewed J.J. Carroll, retired U.S. Border Patrol after 20-year career as Deputy Patrol Agent in Charge. I got the link there. I'm going to show you the video and great information, so let's get into it. Thank you. Okay, I'm back with you. Let me switch over to that on the interweb here, internet. Here it is on rumble.com. This is Man in America, that's him with the beard. And then the clean-shaven guy is that former agent J.J. Carroll. And like I say, it's an hour and 6 minutes long. Rumble.com is a good source. You got to pick who you want to follow. They've got a lot of gamers and different kinds of entertaining people and all that. But Man in America, Bannon's War Room are two of the key things that I follow. And Maria Z from New Zealand or Australia, great lady. So those are the people I follow. Let me go back to the document here right quick. And as go through that, the first 19 minutes they talk about the history of this, who's who, and all that kind of stuff. But at 19 minutes, Carol gives a detail on the types of immigrants and U.S. border response. And I put a note here, Joe Biden is in charge, so federal employees, Border Patrol are only executing the policy of Joe Biden. You got to understand that as you think about our men and women in the Border Patrol and other federal law enforcement, they're being essentially forced to do the will of Joe Biden. They may disagree with his policy, but, they're in a military-style organization, so their daily execution of their responsibilities is in accordance with what Joe Biden wants. Then at 23 minutes, he talks about 10,000 migrants released in the U.S. every day. They're talking about getaways. There's probably 10,000 that they capture and release, and then there's another 10,000 getaways or gotaways. And then he talks about, at 26 minutes, the transition of our nation of citizens to a nation of non-citizens, and that's purposeful again on the part of Joe Biden and his crew. At 29 minutes, he talks about what motives they might have had to allow this migration and the cyber attacks on the U.S. And Seth, the Man in America host, discusses the effect of grid down, electrical grid collapse in the USA, and then that can set up, if they cause the electrical grid to go down, we have the chaos, social order disruption that occurs with that. That could be an opportunity then for this fifth column, which I'll mention again later, could begin to cause more chaos. Anyhow, 33 minutes, he talks about that fifth column effect. and their capacity to disrupt life in the United States. And then at 35 minutes, Carol brings up a good point on the ethnic and political diversity of the migrants. And these are particularly military-age males unaccompanied by family. In other words, they're foreign soldiers coming into the U.S. And they're not all just from China. We've had hundreds and hundreds. This stuff's documented. Michael Yon particularly documents a lot of this stuff and has got the videos out. He's on X and Instagram with Michael Yon, Y-O-N. A lot of these are foreign soldiers, like I say, not just from China, but Syria and other countries across the Mideast and Southwest Asia. Then at 35 minutes 45 seconds, he talks about Senator Dick Durbin announcing that one purpose of allowing migrants in was to recruit them into the U.S. military. People, wake up. This is profound. And it shows Dick Durbin's face on the screen at 36 minutes, 40 seconds. That video is readily available. Pay attention. Why would they want to put thousands and thousands of Chinese people from Syria and everywhere else into our U.S. military? Think about it. Okay. And, at 39 minutes, J.J. Carroll sits about talking about him and his family were watching the new version of Red Dawn, and he's like stops and, hey family, this stuff's real. And he states, wake up. So here's 2 or 3 of us saying, wake up America, pay attention. And then at 42 minutes in that, he talks about the types of soldiers and potential scenarios, and then he goes into human trafficking. But at that 42 minutes, 38 seconds, you ought to listen to that and his idea of potential scenarios. And, then at 46 minutes, they talk about cartel activity. The Mexican cartel, they're just doing business, okay? They're taking advantage of the corruption in the United States and the demand for the illegal drugs they send up. But when you look at that and the corrupt politicians and the mass push to continue the migration for profit, the corrupt cabal, which, you got the cartel, but when you really look at the American politicians and the global politicians, they will finish their fight to fundamentally change America. And one of their motivations will be to complete their goal as we move through the 2024 election cycle. It's not just going to be January, and it's not just going to be the primaries in March and April or the conventions that happen next summer. But somewhere during that process, they will want to fundamentally change America, and they will be motivated to complete their goal. One of the things they fear the most is Trump getting reelected. They want to gain control before that happens. And then, he talks about, at 52 minutes, Carroll talks about, it seems like the people in the United States are kind of waiting for the next shoe to drop. And then at 57 minutes, Seth starts talking about prepping, why and how, and J.J. Carroll gives his response. And as you listen to this, understand they're also talking about mental preparation, building mental resiliency. If you understand what's going, you can prepare mentally, you can prepare physically. And I'm going to have some affiliate links at the bottom how you can prepare physically. But the mental preparation is understanding what's really going on, and we all need to be more aware. Then there's another reference, and you can find this in the Dropbox link that's going to be posted in the YouTube description. Sam Faddis and Michael Yon were interviewed by Armstrong Williams. I don't follow Armstrong Williams, but he did a good job of interviewing these guys, and it skips around in that video, but at 4 minutes 10 seconds he talks with Sam Faddis, and then from 17 minutes to 22 minutes in that video is really good interaction, mostly with Michael Yon, but talking about what's going on. Then I added a third one here that may not show up on the Dropbox link, but Eric Prince was interviewed by Benjamin Braddock. So if you watch this video, you can look that interview up. It's on something called IAM1776.com, Eric Prince interview. So take a look at those things. The Eric Prince talked about the industrial military complex, or military industrial complex, and that concept and how that's interacted with our politics. But it's really good, and it's current information on the state of our military readiness. And so there's my affiliate links. I've got links for radios, medicine, food, and emergency supplies. These are great companies. Radio Diddy, I like the name. Like I say, no click funnel here. If you click on that link, it's my link, take you right to products. For medicine, I'm talking about your antibiotics or whatever you feel like you need to have and be able to stockpile. You're not going to be buying this through your insurance. You're going to be paying for this directly. But Jace Medical, they've got everything that you can stockpile your antibiotics or antiviral medication. And then for food and emergency supplies, I've got a link there. I may have to take Bright & Jan's store off. There's my link a little further down. I'll have to take that off before I post that on YouTube because they don't like it. But and I'll have the Dropbox link in the YouTube description. The Bible says we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. Let's get prepared. Build some mental resiliency. Get prepared. Get to know your neighbors. Get to know your resources in your community. Get prepared, people. And let's move forward. Okay? Thank you.